This is a video on how to monitor your property remotely. So you don't need very many things. You probably would only need a hotspot, which this is a Netgear hotspot, which I previously used for about 1.5 years, and it was great until Sprint decided to change their service somehow, and I no longer get signal in this basement. I upgraded to a Verizon, let's upside down, hotspot, which gets great signal, but it costs a little bit more money to run, actually a lot of it more money to run. You need one of these, which is a repeater, a Wi-Fi repeater with an Ethernet port on the side. And finally, whatever devices you use to monitor your network. So I have a Wink hub, a Wink 2 hub. I upgraded from a Wink. Wink hub is fine. And you can see it down here beneath this mountain of cables, a little view DVR camera system, which uses BNC. They're relatively inexpensive. So the Netgear, which was great, which no longer works, you can see the little no symbol at the top, was about $20 per gig, but it never expired. So your devices, you use a very limited amount of data, so 1 gigabyte could probably last 6 months to a year. And since it doesn't expire, you could probably only have to spend $20 a year instead of having to install Comcast or Cox Cable or Time Warner or whatever to monitor at your house. So I unfortunately had to switch to Verizon, which the service is very good, but it's $10 per month for the 1 gig data hotspot data package. With all that said, my devices connect just fine. I can monitor them from anywhere. I monitor them from across oceans. I can monitor my cameras. I have about six or seven cameras that I monitor. I have locks, fire alarms, flood sensors, motion sensors, things like that, just to make sure my monitor or my property is monitored. And then finally, I have a nice, try to show you in here, LED light strip. I think this was $6 from eBay. I use it to light up my cheap server cage, which was about $40 or so, $50, I can't remember. I got it about 2 years ago from eBay. It was a pain in the neck to put together. I have a cheap throwaway like 14-inch monitor, and so the entire setup, you can see my old Wi-Fi extender down there too, my Netis, which I got for $8. I'll probably post links and prices for all of this stuff, but all of it together was probably less than like $400 or $500. The most expensive thing is probably the hotspot and the Wink hub, but yeah, a nice, easy, cheapish way to monitor your property to make sure you don't have any floods or fires or anything. You can respond accordingly. This has already saved me hundreds and hundreds of dollars because I constantly have floods in my basement.